What's good, everybody? We are back again.
You know it.
For another episode.
Another one.
Of the
No Hedging
podcast.
You know what it is.
I am one of your two esteemed hosts on this show, and I go by the name of Rip16.
Yes, sir.
The GOAT.
And I am Ty the Jet. You know what time it is.
Hey, man. Last week was an interesting week.
It was interesting. Yeah, for sure.
Very interesting, to say the least.
Expect upsets every week.
Yeah, got to. If you don't expect the upset, you'll be upset. How about that?
Yeah.
So we talked about some of these things and takeaways. We gave, our do's and don'ts, the doozies of last week, the things that stood out to us. Some bright spots, some very bad spots. But after all of that being said, your record for last week.
What was it?
11-5.
Woo! Let's go.
11-5. Nice week for you.
Another 11-5 week.
Another 11-5 week. Did very well. Actually, hold on. Them numbers can't be right. Number might be off a little bit. No. You had 11-5. That's
Really?
right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
You're 11-5. You're 11-5.
That.
I went 9-7.
Ooh.
9-7. It's way better than what the fuck I did last week.
Yeah, you had to rebound, man. You had to
way
rebound.
better than what I had before. Trust me.
Where I'm at my total, I'm looking at.
You are at 78-44 for the season so far.
Yes, sir.
78-44. I am at 67-55 for the season.
Okay.
So
You got a lot
still
of making up to
positive.
do. Yeah.
Still positive. Got things to make up, but still positive. So with that being said,
Had some good picks, man. Had some good picks. The doozies are the ones that got me, but other than that, we made some shit happen. And it's about time that we try to make it happen again, man.
got to make it happen again. Got to make it right.
So
It's a good week.
let's not waste any more time, my guy. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
You know what to do.
Do not forget, because the more you show us some love, the more love we can show y'all.
Exactly.
So, yeah, with
Let's
being
let's
said,
get into it, man.
let's get into
The rundown. Let's go. What's
All
the
right, man.
first game on the slate this week, man? Week 9. What we got?
First game on the slate, TNF.
Thursday night football.
We have the Tennessee Titans
Okay.
versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep. Tennessee is on the road. Pittsburgh at home, 3-point favorites.
And the newly revived Tennessee might have a quarterback on their hands.
They might.
Will Levis showed out last week. And honestly, he don't have that much standing in his way from doing it again.
Well, I'm
Pittsburgh
gonna
at
tell you
home, though. Pittsburgh at home.
I'm taking Pittsburgh at home to win this. Rookie quarterback. I'm going to bank on. He's on the road. You know what I'm saying? So these are a couple factors that lean in Pittsburgh way. Rookie quarterback. He's on the road in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh just lost at home. I'm taking Pittsburgh bounce back against a rookie quarterback. Better defense than the Atlanta Falcons, in my opinion, as far as talent goes, rushing the passer,
You
getting to
think
the
so?
quarterback. Yeah, as far as talent goes, yeah, you got Minka Fitzpatrick, Highsmith, TJ Watt, Patrick Peterson. You got better talented players on the Pittsburgh defense.
They do
So
got Pat P.
I'm gonna take the Pittsburgh Steelers to take this win at home.
Yeah, I mean, I do think Tennessee, did their thing last week. Unfortunately, the rookie decided to show up and show out against my Falcons. But, hey, they said it's unlikely that they're going to trade Derrick Henry for the trade deadline, even though Dallas should definitely try to push to get in that conversation. But I'm kind of still leaning towards Pittsburgh at home. They did let me down last week. But Pittsburgh at home, Mike Tomlin doubling down, on that bet. I think at home they should pull it off.
It's gonna be an ugly game.
They should bounce back.
Ugly game.
It's probably gonna be ugly. It's probably gonna be a lot of field goals in this game. A lot of defense play is what I'm expecting. But we shall see about Kenny Pickett's status for that game, because I think Trubisky in that game kind of pushes it towards Tennessee, not going to lie. But
Yeah, Trubisky, he played in the league. He was a starter in the league for a while. So, I mean, it wasn't a very good one, but he was a starter. So, yeah, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers defense will take care of business and push them to get that W at home.
Okay, not mad at that. Next game on the slate, we have the Miami Dolphins versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And they are going abroad. They are headed to Frankfurt, Germany.
First game in Germany.
First game in Germany in NFL history.
Kansas City Chiefs are favored by 2.5 in this game here. This game is going to be one of those. This is a playoff type game right here. I think you got Kansas City coming off a loss to Denver on the road. Miami's coming off of a win at home versus the Patriots, New England. Big win against New England.
Yeah.
This game here, it's hard for me to bet against Patrick Mahomes. I do expect Patrick Mahomes to take care of business, even with the limitations that they have in their offense. But I do believe that the Kansas City Chiefs defense with Steve Spagnuolo, he's been doing a great job with this defense. This is one of those big games that Miami has to prove that they can compete with these guys. So I would say, if anything, this is a must-win for Miami, but I'm going to go ahead and take Kansas City in the bounce back. Can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. I'm taking Kansas City at home in this game. Well, in Germany, I'm taking Kansas City.
Ooh. Not going to lie, I got to go against you on this one, my brother. Miami Dolphins have a couple key factors what I feel like makes them stand out in this game. They have Tyreek Hill. Playing against his former team, he saw them win a Super Bowl last season without him, and I think it just made him more pissed. He wants to be the first receiver to hit 2,000 yards. Receiving yards. He's on pace, and he's going against the guys that probably gave him his biggest motivation to do it. So, and he got a new crowd. I think he's a showman. You know, I think he wants to go out to Frankfurt, Germany. I heard it's nice out there. I heard it's very modernized out there. I think he want to go out there and put on a show for those good folks. So I think Tyreek Hill is going to be a key factor. And the other key factor is they have Jalen Ramsey back, and the wide receivers on the Chiefs, as we've stated over and over and over again, are not that fucking good. You only have Kelsey.
Yeah.
They added Mecole Hardman, tried to give him some speed. Yeah, that was cute. But they still don't have enough firepower at wide receiver.
Pure number one. They don't.
Rashee Rice is developing. He's getting better and better, but I don't think a Fangio scheme mixed with Jalen Ramsey is necessarily the spot where he has his breakout game. So I'm going to go with Miami in this spot, man.
Not a bad play.
2.5 points is a spread. It's pretty close, but I like Miami in this spot for sure. Next game on the slate, we have the Arizona Cardinals versus the Cleveland Browns. Now this would have been a little bit more interesting had the Cardinals not just traded Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah.
So they're either going to have to go with the rookie to start, or they're going to try to push Kyler Murray in there a little early. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think this is a good spot to push Kyler Murray in. No. Not against this defense.
Send the rookie out.
Not for his first day back. I would rather them let the rookie get dominated this game versus blitting Kyler Murray out there to get dominated.
Yeah.
But with Arizona, you just never know what the hell they're doing, right? They always all over the place.
I don't think Arizona knows what the hell they're doing.
So there's no telling who Kyler Murray might go out there and play. He's been practicing last week, so in full participation. So you never know. But in this matchup right here, I'm gonna go ahead and take Cleveland at home. They just came off of a close loss to Seattle on the road. I got them coming back, bouncing back to win this game. Arizona is a shit show right now until we get some answers as far as Kyler Murray.
They fight though, even though they've been a shit show. They do fight in games.
Their defense, the defense is very competitive. They're gonna compete. You know what I mean? They're very physical. I do like the defense. I like the safety, Buda Baker. I like some players on that team. Yeah, but ultimately, I just think, Cleveland coming off of that loss back at home, I don't care who your quarterback is. If it's Kyler Murray or the rookie, I think that Cleveland Browns defense is going to dominate enough to get to have PJ Walker, or if they want Deshaun to come back and play, to take them to win.
Hey, man, I'm a big fan of Myles Garrett. And his game, Myles Garrett has been doing his thing this season. So, regardless, like you said, I think Kyler Murray still has to get into game speed and rhythm. So he needs some time to do that. But I definitely think you just go ahead and haze the rookie and just send him out there against Myles Garrett for his first game. Congratulations. Welcome to the league. I'm taking the Browns on this one. It's a 8.5 point spread. Now that's a lot of points, but
it is a lot.
I ain't 100% on those points, but I do like them to win this game for sure.
100%,
especially at home. Yeah. Next game on the slate, we have the Chicago Bears versus your New Orleans Saints.
Yep, back at the Superdome, Saints favored by 8 at home. Just came off of a beautiful win on the road against Indy. Loved it.
Did.
4-4 on the season right now. I think this is a good spot for New Orleans. There's still I don't think Justin Fields is going to be playing this week for the Chicago. Hence why they are underdogs by 8 points.
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints defense, I think they do what they need to do, take care of business against this rookie quarterback and Bajent. So with that being said, I'm taking New Orleans to win. Offensively, Derek Carr, last week has been lighting it up. You know what I'm saying? He had a good game last week, putting some points on the board. Alvin Kamara doing their thing. I like the Saints in this spot. Chicago, I don't see enough offense from them, even though they just signed. They traded for Montez Sweat from Washington to help that defense out a little bit because they was letting Justin Herbert just sit back there and just light them up.
They need some pass rush.
I think the Saints take this one, man, straight out, outright. Points might be a little bit too much, but I'll take the Saints straight up.
Okay. I'm not mad at that pick. I do think, Sweat gives them some help on that defensive line for sure to kind of speed up the quarterback and not have all day like Herbert had. Mm-hmm. His protection looked beautiful.
Yeah.
So I do think he helps to bring them up to speed on the defensive end. However, I'm still not sure about Tyler Bajent and DJ Moore being able to put together enough offense to be able to overcome the Saints at home. Because they have played 2 good games in a row, I think. So I don't see why this one can't be the third.
Especially at home.
Crazier things have happened. But I'm going to have to go with the Saints with this one. You always say I don't pick the Saints. That's twice I've picked them.
You're a smart man. You pick them in the right spots, and then they do what? They win, right? All right.
Okay, we'll see. Next game on the slate. Oh, one last thing about that. They are tied with the Falcons for first place in the division. So I do think this is a great spot for them to try to win and try to overcome the Falcons completely for the number 1 spot before they have their face-off. So that's another reason.
They're both going to win this week.
Hope so. Next game on the slate, we have the Los Angeles Rams versus the Green Bay Packers. The dumpster fire Packers.
Yeah, struggling Packers.
However, the Packers are a 3-point favorite in this game.
Matt Stafford is injured. Matt Stafford got injured. Ain't no telling if he's going to play or not. Not sure if he's in or out 100%. Still a little bit early to tell. Nevertheless, Green Bay is at home, 3-point favorite. Green Bay burned me last week. They really did. They really did.
Fuck me, bro.
They burned me really bad. But outside of that, they try to make a push towards the end of the game, but it's like because Minnesota was giving Green Bay the game. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you picked Minnesota.
I did, but I'm saying watching the game, Minnesota was giving them the game. Like, here, win. But Jordan Love couldn't get the damn ball in the end zone. He turning it over, doing things like that. So, if Matt Stafford is playing, I'm obviously picking the Rams.
Okay,
no doubt about that.
UCL sprain. Brett Ripon is he the backup? Attempted to play through something.
I don't know.
Let me pull for Brett Ripon. Brett Ripon.
Since Green Bay burned me, I'm taking Green Bay at home. I'm gonna take Green Bay at home. Wow. I'm not gonna let them. I'm not without Matt Stafford. Without Matt Stafford, I'm taking Green Bay. Matt Stafford, I'm not taking Green Bay. So for right now, I'm taking Green Bay at home. I'm gonna assume that they get their stuff together and figure this thing out.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying? I hope that they do. I seen a little bit more from Aaron Jones when they played. So I'm taking Green Bay at home to win this one.
Ooh, hot take.
Hate it, but
hey, look,
I don't like it.
I don't trust dumpster fires. Okay, I stay far away from dumpster fires as far as I can, both metaphorically and in real life. Okay, and the Green Bay Packers are unfortunately a dumpster fire. I do feel like the Los Angeles Rams have enough defense to handle what Green Bay has been producing on offense, which is not saying much. And then I also do think they still have enough weapons out there, even if you don't have Stafford or you have as much of an experienced quarterback. I would like it a lot better if Kyron Williams was playing. Mm-hmm. That would definitely make it a lot better because he would have a little bit more support. So I think that's one thing that definitely goes in Green Bay's favor. However, give me Puka, Cooper, Tutu, Higbee, all those cats. I'm gonna take the Rams to bounce back in this one. They had a couple bad losses, man. They need something.
I don't know. Back-to-back road games. I'm off Dallas. I'm off the Rams. No Matt Stafford. Back-to-back road games getting dominated by Dallas. Ever since Williams is out, they haven't been the same Rams team. I'm gonna lean Green Bay.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I mean, I get it for sure, but scary. Next game on the slate, we have the Minnesota Vikings versus
your Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta Falcons. That's right. ATLANTA rise up. Falcons back at home. They're a 5-point favorite in this game. Now,
what you think? What you thinking? Because I know you're a little conflicted on this.
I am conflicted on this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
My conflict is Minnesota Vikings lost Kirk Cousins, but kudos to the front office. They said, fuck that. We're going to get a quarterback ASAP.
They still competing.
They still competing. They hopped in there. They said, we got some momentum going. We want to keep it going. So they went and got Joshua Dobbs from the Arizona Cardinals. Now, Joshua Dobbs' stock is up. He's been playing pretty well, even though he doesn't have, much to work with over there. They lost some games, but they competed a lot, and he played pretty well individually. Mm-hmm. So, Joshua Dobbs with Addison, I think it could be a nice little combination. But it's a new system. He's coming in. He hadn't had much time, or he's not going to have much time with it by the time game time starts. So that makes it difficult to call. The defense has definitely been playing better, but the Falcons have played pretty well at home. I think we've only lost one game at home. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I'm going to go with the home team. I don't like the 5 points, but I'm going to go with the home team on this one just because I think they do want to bounce back after last week. I'm scared of Addison taking the top off again because A.J. Terrell, what the fuck. But, yeah, I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Atlanta at home on this one. Atlanta's a good home team, just coming off a loss to Tennessee that they feel they should have won.
Yeah.
Like you
Pass
said,
interference was bullshit.
Josh Dobbs in a new system. Just signed on to that team this week. Probably had 2 to 3 days to practice in full. Has to get rhythm with the receivers. Have to get in rhythm with the offense, with the checks, with the calls. It's probably going to be very vanilla, very basic for the first game back. Yeah. So I don't expect the Vikings to do too much unless their defense can step up and kind of disrupt this Falcons offense, which is probably going to be the bright spot for the Vikings. But I'm taking Atlanta at home on this one. I mean, Atlanta's a good home team. They play way better at home.
It feels strange hearing you say these
I'm just
kind
speaking
words.
the truth, man. I'm just speaking. I'm speaking the truth. I'm speaking what I see. That's one thing about me. I'm gonna be very objective about what I'm saying. All right, and Atlanta's a good home team, so I'm taking Atlanta to win. Don't know if they'll cover, but Atlanta is gonna win outright.
I'm not mad at that at all. I love to see it. Happy to see it. Cause it is a spot where it could be a shakeup. I don't think the point spread should be 5, but hey, take the home team, man. Rise up. Definitely look for some Joshua Dobbs rushing props, and definitely look for some Addison receiving props, maybe longest reception prop, those type of things. I will be on the lookout for that if I was you guys. But next game on the slate, we have your Seattle Seahawks versus the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep, Baltimore at home. Baltimore at home, 5.5-point favorites. Seattle, both teams just came off a good win. Baltimore taking a good win against Cardinals on the road. Seattle, another good win against Cleveland at home. This is probably going to be a marquee game as well.
Both on top of their division.
Yeah, both division leaders right now. But I'm going to go ahead and lean Baltimore to win this game right here. I like Lamar Jackson in this spot. Lamar Jackson playing a Seattle Seahawks team. I think Lamar played him one time, and when he did play him, he won. So Lamar Jackson playing against NFC teams is 16-1.
Okay.
Right? So Seattle playing against Lamar is going to be a little bit difficult for them. Obviously, Lamar's been playing pretty damn good football over the past couple weeks. I still like him as my MVP.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm taking the Ravens to win this game. Not sure if they cover, but I like the Ravens to win straight up, outright, however you want to put it.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I mean, I was just double checking something, but my only concern in this one is that the scrambling quarterback situation kind of on both sides will kind of downgrade both defenses a little bit. And with that being said, I think I'm going to take it head-to-head. I think Seattle has managed to pull off a lot of wins, but I do not like what is going on with Metcalf. I feel like he should be performing a little bit better. I know the injuries that he's had that's kind of been lingering, but it just seems like something is still off, and maybe that's just with the injuries. But they do got a couple other guys who stepped up. Bobo, Jackson, Tyler Lockett had a good game last week. But I'm going to go with Lamar in this one. I do think the Ravens got something good going, and I feel like they'll keep it going.
Yeah, I think overall, the Ravens are a better team. I'm looking here. Key thing right here, red zone efficiency. They're ranked third defensively in allowing red zones touchdowns, right? Offensively, Seattle is ranked 20th. Right? So I think just overall,
they get down there and they're going to kick a field goal.
Overall, I think the Ravens are just a better team from a defensive and offensive standpoint. Hell, overall red zone offense rank for the Ravens third. So they get in the end zone. They get in the end zone. So and then defending it. And
they got Mark Andrews down there in the red zone too. That's hard. That's hard to cover. It's a big target, man.
Yeah. So I like the Ravens in this one to win outright, and it's going to be a good game. I'm definitely going to be tuned in.
Definitely one of the best games of the week.
Yep.
Next game on the slate, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You picked the Ravens, didn't you?
Yeah. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Houston Texans. The Texans are. You said Tampa. The Texans
Tampa's off of a bye, man.
Tampa coming off of a bye, but the Texans are a 3-point favorite in this one to win at home. Now you like Tampa off of a bye.
I do like Tampa. off a bye. This is one of those teams. Remember, the Buccaneers had a pretty rough out the past couple weeks, right? You got the Bills, the Lions. Who else they played?
The Eagles.
The Eagles. The Bills, the Lions, the Eagles. Tough outs. right? But now they playing a team that's probably somewhat evenly matched as far as, teams go. I do like Tampa Bay to take this win on the road. I do like Tampa Bay off a bye. I think Houston struggled against Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
They struggled.
Carolina got their first win of the season against this team.
So I'm taking Tampa Bay on the road to go ahead and win. It's going to be an ugly game, but I take Tampa to go ahead and win this one, man.
So you don't think the Texans can kind of right the ship or right some of the wrongs what they had last week?
I got to see it to believe it. I just think it's a good spot for Tampa.
It is a good spot for Tampa. I think Tampa has played pretty well against teams that they are, like I said, middle of the pack or below.
Mm-hmm.
Teams, the top tier teams, they typically get beat by. But the Texans are kind of middle of the pack team. They've had their bright spots. They've had their low points. I kind of get why they're a 3-point favorite in this game. I do. But like I said, I think Tampa Bay has played pretty good against mid-tier teams, so I'm going to give Tampa Bay the benefit of the doubt in this one to say that they will go ahead and beat the Houston Texans in this spot. But Tennessee, Texans, y'all gotta pull it together, man. They can't let it start getting too far away from them. So if they wanna have any type of hope of contending for anything this season, then I think they definitely should do their best to win this game. So you picking Houston? No, I'm picking Tampa Bay, but they do need to fight because they got to try to get in it.
Yeah.
So, all right, next game on the slate, we have the Washington Commanders versus the New England Patriots.
Yep, Patriots at home, 3.5-point favorites against the tanking Washington Commanders.
This is a garbage bowl.
They are giving away the entire defense. So
yeah, they have. This is a Basura bowl, riverboat run. They trying to make sure he get the hell up out of there.
Yeah, he's done.
They just gave away his defense.
Yep.
They gave up Chase Young. They gave up Montez Sweat.
Ain't no telling what else
There's
is
no
next.
telling who's next. They might give up the washer and the dryer just to make sure he can go out snaking. Yeah,
so this is going to be an easier one for me. I'm going to take the New England Patriots at home. I think Washington offensively, they battled, man. They battled Philly. I think that probably took a lot out of him.
Somehow cooked on fantasy.
Yeah, he went crazy. Almost 400 yards or something like that he threw.
Yeah.
I don't expect that to happen again.
No.
I don't expect it to happen again. I think a lot of that energy, he's going to dial that back. You're probably going to see one of the worst games from Sam Howell this week, along with that defense not being able to do what they need to do because of Chase Young and Montez Sweat. And then their secondary is not that great either. So even though on the flip side of that, the Patriots, Kendrick Bourne is out for the season, I believe. So that was their number one receiver. But we did see a Juju Smith-Schuster sighting in Miami. So maybe Mac Jones can connect with Juju, can connect with his tight end, Gesicki, and we can see something happen there. But outside of that, I think it's going to be an ugly game. I'm taking New England to win. I don't see Washington winning in
Foxborough.
In Foxborough. Mm-mm.
Yeah, man. I'm going to go with New England in the Basura Bowl Part 4. I've been very critical of the New England Patriots along with the Denver Broncos, but Washington just pretty much gave up. So I'm going to go with the Patriots. I'm going to go with Belichick to come up with a nice scheme to mitigate some of that, make sure Sam Howell don't go off and get 400 yards passing again. I do think they have enough coaching and defensive firepower to slow that offense down. And, the Patriots offense is shaky at best, but they're going against a team that gave away their defense. So
it's a good spot for New England. Coming off that loss to Miami, back at home. Yeah.
It's a good spot. 3.5?
Yeah. I wrote it down.
Okay. All right. Next game on the slate, we have the Indianapolis Colts versus the Carolina Panthers. This is the first of the 4 p.m. games. The Carolina Panthers are 2.5-point underdogs at home. You know, I know how much you love a good home dog, but how do you feel about this one?
This is not one of the dogs I like at home, to be honest with you. I like the Indianapolis Colts to take this game. Colts, they were not close to beating the Saints, but they competed against the Saints. I'm pretty sure they're looking at it like we could have beat the Saints. I just think the Colts overall are a better team than the Panthers. They have a better quarterback. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. Gardner Minshew is better than Bryce Young right now at this moment.
Okay.
They have more
Bryce coming off his first win.
They have more weapons. That win wasn't pretty. That win was not pretty.
Hey.
That win was more about Houston kind of stubbing their toe versus what they did. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and take the Colts. The Colts can score a lot of points. I think one thing that the Panthers lack is scoring points. And in this game, you're going to have to be able to score some points with the Colts because we've seen the Colts numerous times this season put up over 30.
Yeah.
So
they can drop some buckets.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Colts in this one to win handily. I like the Colts.
Okay.
What say you?
Wise philosopher once said it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
So you're taking the Carolina Panthers?
But I don't see the Carolina Panthers winning this game. They are at home. I do like Adam Thielen to have himself a day against that defense. But I do think the Colts still have way more firepower than the Carolina Panthers, who basically just have Thielen and sometimes Chipper Hubbard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Colts. I think the receivers, the running back core, is still gonna be too much for the Panthers to handle and maintain. So give me the Colts, man. I've been riding with them a lot this season. I'm gonna stick beside them. They 2.5-point favorites for a reason, so I think they'll hold it down. Next game we have on the slate is a good one.
What we got?
Dallas Cowboys.
Yep, marquee game right here.
America's team versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep, Philly at home, 3-point favorites at home in Philadelphia. Dallas coming off of a dominating performance.
You talk about that crowd being rowdy, okay? They are going to be outrageous, outlandish, extremely loud. It's going to be hard to hear the snaps. It's going to be hard to hear the audibles. They're going to be in there hollering, okay? This is a tough game. It's a division match. Both of them, need this game as far as divisions go.
Yeah.
The Eagles are currently 2-0, if I'm not mistaken, in the division. Both of those games against Washington, they won. But they still got 2 games against the Cowboys and still got 2 games against the Giants to solidify their position.
This game is going to be a hard one for me. This is potentially an NFC Championship game. It potentially could be.
They could play each other 3 times this year.
Yeah. They could play each other 3 times. I just think, Dallas, like I said, coming off that big win, it's hard to trust Dallas in this spot, man. It's hard to trust Dallas in this spot.
It's hard to trust
but the good thing about
in any spot.
the good thing about Dallas in this spot is not in a prime time game. It's a 4:00 window game.
You think that make a difference for them?
It makes a difference for Dallas for sure.
Okay.
For Dallas, because they gonna fold under those primetime lights.
Too many lights out there.
Yeah, Dallas folds under the primetime lights in big time games, especially if they on the road.
Hey.
But for this one, so Jalen Hurts, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think Jalen Hurts is 100% healthy. He doesn't rush the football like he did last season. I'm not seeing much of that. Offensively, he's throwing the rock. He's throwing the rock very well. A.J. Brown, he is that dog. You know what I'm saying? He is that dog out there. This is going to be a close game. I can't put any stock on Dallas right now. I would say I like Philly to win, but Dallas to cover. How about that?
Philly to win, Dallas to cover?
Yeah, how about that?
The point spread is 3, though.
Yeah.
So you think it's less than a field goal?
It's close.
I like Philly to win. I'm not sure about the Dallas cover. When Dallas has they're a roller coaster team in terms of their dominance. A lot of times, they go up. They dominated against the Rams. So, I mean, any roller coaster at the top of the hill is going to have to come down. But I do think Philly is overall a little bit better, a lot more consistent, and they have been finding ways to pull out most of their close games. We did see Philly lose to one team this year that was predicated off of defense, and that was the Jets. Dallas is predicated off of defense, much similar fashion. It's Dak that I don't trust.
Yeah.
in this situation.
But he has been playing well the past 2 games. He played well against the Chargers. He played well against the Rams.
That's not saying much, though. That's not. Both of those LA teams have some defensive
Those defenses
struggles.
aren't that good, right? They're not Philly.
Philly defense is significantly better than that, and that defense was able to contain a very good Miami Dolphins offense.
Yeah.
So, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb is not the equivalent of Tua and Tyreek Hill, and if they can contain that, I feel like they can contain Dak and CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. Brandon Cooks got some speed on him, but I don't know if that's enough.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Eagles in this spot at home. I think they're going to be hyped up. Now, when this game is flipped around and Dallas is at home, we can have a different conversation about that. Yeah. But I'm going to go with the home team on this one. It's the division game. It's tough. They are coming off of another tough division game they just had.
Yeah.
But they fight. The Eagles fight. I don't know the Jalen Hurts thing. The Russian thing might be because A.J. Brown is playing exceptional. The man's had over 100 yards receiving in the last 5 games.
25. Yeah.
5 games straight, over 100. So why do I need to run? Just throw it up to him. Yeah. He's an athlete. He's a physical specimen. The man goes out there and he ball. And I don't know if Dallas going to stop him.
Yeah, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take Philly until Dallas proves me otherwise, man. These big spots, big games, I don't see it happening. I haven't seen it happen yet.
Still waiting on it.
Right.
So, next game on the slate.
Garbage Bowl.
Another Basura Bowl. Part 5. New York Football Giants versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders.
In
Vegas. Vegas are a 2-point favorite at home. I'm going to go ahead and take Vegas on this one, man. I'm going to be honest with you. Daniel Jones is coming back for the Giants. But what I've seen from the Giants is the inability to move the football, the inconsistency of coaching decisions and situational football. We should have won that game against the Jets. Should have won it.
It was ugly.
It was an ugly game. Should have won it against the Jets, but we didn't win it because we were playing super conservative and didn't get aggressive when we needed to get aggressive. 4th and 1, 24 seconds left on the clock in the game. We get the first down, game's over. We don't get we kick a field goal, try to kick a field goal, miss the field goal after already missing a field goal in the game and missing a field goal the prior week. We get into overtime and we ask for the football when we couldn't move the ball to begin with because the third string quarterback
though,
they didn't trust him to throw the football.
Because he's a third-string quarterback.
So if your defense is playing so well in overtime and offensively you can't move the football, why would you say we want the ball in overtime when you win the toss?
Well, I mean, I think the logic is, sudden death.
There's no logic.
For a touchdown, you get sudden death.
Your defense is playing well. You say we defer. We'll let you get the ball first so we can play defense. So now we can do what we got to do. We can get a turnover. We can stop or we can stop.
But I think the logic is if we go down here, we can't score. We can at least get a field goal. We got a spot. And then if they kick a field goal, they're just going to tie us up.
But we can't move the ball at all is the point that I'm trying to make. The quarterback hasn't thrown it. He's been handing it off.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, about this game here, I'm taking the Vegas Raiders. Raiders, they had a bad loss against Detroit Monday night. embarrassing.
They was missing passes everywhere.
Yeah, but I have a lot of faith in Max Crosby to cause a lot of ruckus, a lot of pressure. Even with Daniel Jones playing, Daniel Jones coming back. First game back, I don't trust him in this spot.
I don't trust Daniel Jones in any spot.
I don't trust him in any spot. So this is an easy one for me. Me being a Giants fan, like I said, I'm objective. I don't have any faith in my team outside of the defense. That's the only bright spot that we have. But they got Devontae Adams. I'm pretty sure they're going to figure that out. Jacoby Myers. I'm pretty sure they're going to figure that mess out that they had happen on Monday night with Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm pretty sure they're going to get the field and work some things out and get these guys some targets and do a little bit better because this was Jimmy G's first game back from his injury.
Right.
Yeah, I'm taking the Raiders.
I think he definitely has a chance to play better at home coming off of the injury. Jimmy G can play a little bit better at home, but I don't know, man. The Raiders are just so far off. Like, free Devontae.
I want the Raiders to be good so bad. I
think a lot of people's rooting for them, but I mean, I just feel like they just off, bro. And I just feel like, yeah, I think Devontae wants to get up out of there bad. Doesn't look like it's going to happen for him for the trade deadline, unfortunately. But I like Saquon in this spot, man.
You taking the Giants?
I'm gonna actually pick the Giants in this game.
Ooh,
and I'm picking the Giants because of Saquon Barkley. Okay. Yes, Max Crosby does wreak a lot of havoc. He steps in there. He's probably my favorite defensive player to watch this year.
Mm-hmm.
However, Jahmyr Gibbs had himself a night.
He did. He had a day.
And he showed me that when you get one of those shifty backs that can be kind of speed oriented or, you know, finesse oriented, they can come in there and wreak some havoc on that defense because Max Crosby can't do it by himself. So I think Saquon Barkley being the feature back here is going to have to step up and do his thing. But I think this is a team where he could definitely do it against. Because outside of Max Crosby on defense, I mean, you have sometimes sightings from some other guys, but yeah. So I'm gonna take the Giants in this spot, man. It's only a 2-point game, but I do like the Giants to win right here.
Okay.
Next game on the slate,
marquee
game. Am I out of water around here? Water. Can't find it. It's all right. Waiting all day for Sunday night. We got the Buffalo Bills. I think I got pretty close to him my note that time. We got the Buffalo Bills versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Now this just in. Hold on. The Bengals are a 3-point favorite in this game at home. Mm-hmm. We all know they have a little bit of history from the unfortunate DeMar Hamlin situation that happened last season.
The Bengals going to beat them that game.
The Bengals was about to beat them that game. They came out hot. Yeah. They came out hot.
They was up 10-0. They were going to beat them in that game.
They was. But the Bills just upgraded a little bit. They got Rasul Douglas from the Packers. In a trade, help. Yeah. They needed some secondary help. They've been getting beat out there, so I think that definitely goes in their favor to kind of help out and do something against that Cincinnati offense, especially with Jamar Chase. You need all the help you can get. But with that being said, I still like the Bengals in this spot at home, because the Bills have been off on offense as well. So,
yeah.
I like the Bengals.
Yeah, I agree. I like Cincinnati here at home, 3-point favorites, coming off that huge win against the 49ers on the road. Buffalo coming off a bye week. You know, they had some time to kind of get some things together.
Yeah, they needed
it. They Rasul Douglas trade, that's good for them. But I just think the Bengals, they rolling right now. They are rolling right now. They got that rhythm. Joe Cool, he is moving in and out of the pocket, working his magic in the pocket, outside the pocket, extending plays, getting the ball to T. Higgins, getting the ball to Tyler Boyd, getting the ball to Jamar Chase. Very effective. Joe Mixon running game is effective, is working as it should. So
Sir Mixon a lot.
Yeah, Sir Mix a lot. He's cooking. So I'm Buffalo. All they have is Josh Allen, and I like Dalton Kincaid. I like their tight end, the rookie tight end that they have, Stephon Diggs. I like some of their players there, but I just think Buffalo, they start a little bit slow. Their defense is a little bit scaled down due to their injuries on the front line. Von Miller still seems like he's on a pitch count. He hasn't been playing a full game yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the Cincinnati Bengals to win this one at home.
All right, man, I'm with you. Cincy. And they're not gonna move T. Higgins, so T. Higgins gonna stay in town for that one. So I'm not mad at that pick at all. But the last game on the slate, we have MNF. We have a team that I love versus a team that I've grown very fond of. We have my Los Angeles Chargers versus the New York Jets. Ooh. The Chargers are a 3-point favorite, but they're playing in New York on Monday Night Football. What say you?
Well, I like the Chargers to win. Obviously, Herbert got this thing going on with his finger. But offensively, they are rolling. Austin Eckler, he's back. I like how they utilize him. They gave him a lot of usage. They gave him a lot of touches.
They gave him a lot of passes.
A lot of passes, a lot of touches. And that is how the Chargers win football games, right? Even though they played against the Bears. But if they can get Austin Eckler involved like they did, check down, screens, that is how Austin Eckler can help impact these football games, especially against the Jets. The Jets just played the Giants. And they scored, it was 13-10. The Jets didn't do too much against that Giants offense.
Right.
So we talking about the Chargers here. This Chargers offense
Jets on 3 in a row.
The Chargers offense is higher powered, can actually throw the ball across the field. So the Jets defense seemed like it kind of scaled down a bit and played a little bit, the Giants should have won that game. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Chargers on this one.
You said that aggressive.
I'm gonna take the Chargers. I don't think the Jets offense can do anything. It's been shown that they can't do anything. One of the main weaknesses of the Chargers is their pass defense.
Right.
They're one of the worst pass defenses in the league, if not the worst pass defense in the league. And the Jets don't throw the football as much. I don't trust Zach Wilson offensively. So give me the LA Chargers. Bolt up. Just going to get this dub and win outright. Now, if they cover, that's all on Brandon Staley.
Scary, man. It's scary. It's scary. I'm going to tell you why. I know my Chargers, okay? They have a terrible history on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
They have blown so many leads what they should have held. And they should have won so many games that they ended up losing very close. And it comes down to basic BS, which is right up Staley's alley to do some BS on
Basic
Monday
BS.
Night Football.
Brandon Staley.
BS. Brandon Staley. So, honestly, my heart wants me to pick the Chargers, but my mind is telling me go ahead and take the Jets.
You're not picking the damn
at
Jets.
home.
You're not picking the Jets. You're not doing that.
The fuck is he talking about?
It's telling me to pick the Jets at home, bro. The defense might be able to do enough to mitigate the offense. And the Chargers defense hadn't been doing enough to really show me that they're just that dominant. And they can also use Breece Hall a lot. So we can talk about Eckler, but we not about to act like Breece Hall can't do a lot of the stuff that Eckler can do. So he can use some speed. He can catch some screens. He can do all that. He can be a very versatile back. Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, they've been doing their thing or trying to. Khalil Mack more so. Joey Bosa's been kind of quiet. But call it a hunch. I don't know. I got to go Jets.
Wow. Bold.
Yeah.
Bold.
Hate to see it.
Bold.
Hate to see it. I do. I really do.
Bold pick. Bold pick. You just lost your slate. You're weak. You're weak because of that.
Hey. Been through a lot worse.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, those are our picks for the whole rundown,
That's the rundown, baby.
But with all that being said, we got to know the best bets.
Got to know the best bets, man.
So,
know what time it is.
After all those picks, man, it's time for best bets. Run it.
Run it. The best bets of the week 9. One of my favorite bets this week, Seattle plus 5.5 is what my book has it at. Seattle playing Baltimore plus 5.5. One of my favorite teams, money team. I like Seattle here to cover the spread. I don't like them to win, but I do like them to cover.
Okay.
The Indianapolis Colts minus 2.5 on the road playing the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
I like Indiana, the Colts to bounce back. Minus 2.5. They score a lot of points. The Panthers don't score a lot of points.
Right.
Easy put. And then, last but not least, I'm going to go on a whim here. Hate to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and take the New England Patriots at home playing the Washington Commanders. I like New England to go ahead and bounce back this week at home. I don't like putting money on these trash teams, but I think this is a good spot for New England to bounce back. Bad spot for Washington. They just had a very long game, tough game against Philly. On top of they just sold some of their players for nothing.
Yeah.
On the defensive side of the football. So I like Seattle plus 5.5, Indianapolis minus 2.5, and New England minus 3.5.
Okay.
And those are my best bets.
Seattle, Colts, New England. Okay. I'm not mad at those. You, by the way, your best bets last week, you got 1 out of 3.
1 out of 3. Because the Ravens allowed the Cardinals to backdoor cover.
They did. They screwed me. I picked the Ravens too. I went 2 out of 3. I would have had a perfect best bets had it not been for that little backdoor cover. The Ravens still won, but yeah. Anyway, so with that being said, I want to go and I want to try to, right the ship and get perfect because I need it.
We all do.
So first,
Bookie hit me up right now.
First of my best bets, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Browns
to cover.
You know what? I don't like those points.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of points, and the Browns have traded Peoples-Jones. By the way,
a wide receiver.
Yeah, so they have traded a receiver over there. So you know what? They traded him to the Lions, which is decent for the Lions. But I don't like those points. I really don't like those points, though.
So that's not your best bet.
It's not my best bet. I don't like those points. But I do like.
You gotta do better than that.
I like the Miami Dolphins.
Ooh, I like that play.
That's a dog.
That is a dog.
But I'm going to take the Dolphins just off of the firepower that they got against the Chiefs. It's a weird game. It's in Germany. We don't know how that's going to look. But, hey, give me the Dolphins. Another team I'm going to pick. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Eagles over the Cowboys. Know that's going to be a tough one. Just because Cowboys defense is still the Cowboys defense. So that's going to be a tough one. But I'm going to take the Eagles in this spot. They are at home. So I'm going to trust them to pull it out. Last one I'm going to take. Also a tough one, kind of scary. But I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals over the Buffalo Bills.
I like it.
So those are my three. We got Bengals, Eagles, Dolphins.
Bengals, Eagles, Dolphins. Okay.
So that's my three, man. But
you got land, water, and air.
Yeah. Exactly. Covered on all bases there, so hopefully they all win. But before you run off, I know you didn't put them up.
Nope.
You always got the damn leash off, and that dog is loose. So that means we might as well know who you got for the dog of the week.
All right, man. So this is probably one of my. It was a hard play because there's a couple options out there that I really do like.
It is.
There is a couple options I like.
It is.
There's a couple of them that can go either way. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road in Houston as my underdog and dog of the week. Coming off of the bye week, playing Houston, I think Tampa Bay is good at playing against these mid to lower level teams. They just got destroyed by a couple good teams and good defenses. So I'm going to go ahead and take Tampa Bay on the road off the bye to go ahead and to win against the Houston Texans.
Oh, you fucker. That's a good one. I do like that one. I do. All right, man. You got a good dog there.
Yeah.
I do think you got a good dog there. Not mad at it at all. Kind of tough spot for me. It is some other dogs. I already took one. I got Miami, but I like to live on the edge. So I'm going to pick another one.
What we got?
Stuck somewhere between the Rams and the Jets, man. But I think I'm going to go ahead with the Rams. Give me those Rams. Packers still a dumpster fire. They traded away Rasul Douglas. So I think that's even less defense. They don't have Stafford out there, but hey, Ripen, Puka, Cooper, Tutu, Higbee. I think he got enough to work with. Running back by committee, like I said earlier, would be better with Kyron Williams, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the Rams, man. That'll be my dog of the week.
All right. I ain't mad at it because I don't like Green Bay either, but I just got to take Green Bay at home. This is what it is.
I mean, I feel you. Might be some Lambo leaping going on. I might regret this next week. But, hey,
yeah,
that's why we call the show No Hedging.
Right.
Can't take that shit back.
You got to take risks, man. There's no reward without taking risk, and that's what we do on this show. We take risks so we can get these rewards. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode, Week 9, the rundown, best bets, and dog of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and you stay in the loop and stay in the know for when we come back next week for the takeaways from Week 9. And hopefully we made some money. You made some money.
A lot of money.
And comment below what your best bets of this week is, man. And maybe we'll tail them and we'll follow them if we didn't mention it.
Yeah, man. Talk to us. We talk back. Show us love. We show love back, as we always say. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And we are out.
Peace. Yeah, guys.